Hello and welcome to the Healing Insight podcast with me, Sarah Hunt. Hello and welcome. It's lovely to be here again. Thank you for joining me. And today I thought it would be useful to talk about pain, very subjective subject, and how Cosmic Heart can help relieve pain. So I think it's useful, first of all, to look at the different types of pain, to look at how it's your body's way of telling you that something's wrong and what pain may be linked to, and then what Cosmic Heart can do to help to relieve pain for you. So, first of all, pain is often categorized into acute pain and chronic pain. Acute pain usually comes from things like infections. So a wound that's infected can be very painful. An ear infection can be very painful. A urinary infection, a throat infection, you can get lots of pain. Broken bones or even a sprain of an ankle or a wrist, those sorts of things would be your acute pain. Where you've caught yourself on the oven, putting something into the oven and you burn your hand, that would be an acute pain. A chronic pain is one that's lasted for a long period of time and tends to be things like hip pain, knee pain, backache, maybe discomfort around the neck or shoulders, those sorts of things. That's more of a chronic pain in that it's gone on for a long time. In the medical world, the word chronic means not curable. In the energy world, it just means that you've had it for a long time and the root cause needs to be found and addressed. There are different types of pain that are experienced, and we can have sharp pain, pain that feels more blunt. If you think about headaches, again, they tend to be acute pain, but there's different types of headache. You can have a throbbing headache, you can have a headache that starts in one place and moves somewhere else. With something like a urinary infection, you would have a burning pain. With an ear infection, it might be a throbbing pain. Sometimes you can have pain that is sharp, like a knife being put into you. It might be intermittent, so it comes and goes. It might be there all the time. The intensity of it might change, so it might be quite dull to start with, and then it gets worse and worse and worse. When it's chronic pain, it's just there all the time. It's niggling away at you. It might hurt more on movement. It might hurt more when you're static, when you're sitting still. And I think it's really important to understand that your pain is your pain and how you feel it is how you feel it. And that's okay. And some people's pain tolerance is lower than others, and that's okay. That's just how it is. What is important to understand is that pain is one of the ways that the body is able to tell you that something's wrong. It's saying to you, you need to go inward. You need to look at where this pain originates from. You need to heal on a deep level. Acute pain is often resolved quite quickly if it's infection related. In medicine, you would be treated with possibly antibiotics, something like paracetamol, ibuprofen, and then it would all resolve itself. You may not have got to the root cause of the problem, but the symptoms would be managed in that kind of way. With a chronic pain, there is the possibility of long-term painkillers, often very strong painkillers that can be addictive. They might use muscle relaxants. It may be that TENS machines are used, which stimulate the nervous system. It may be that the person attends a pain clinic. It may be that surgery is needed. There may be other medical management if you're looking at it from a medical point of view. In my work as an energy healer, what I've discovered over the years is that pain can be linked to many different things. I've certainly found where people have had a pain that doctors have been able to find nothing on any scans that they've done, nothing obvious in physical examination, that it's energetic. And I've certainly removed things like energetic barbed wire from somebody's foot. I've removed axes, swords, daggers, the energies of, I should qualify that really, is the energies of them. And once those energies have gone, the pain resolves completely. I had a lady who used to get pain in her hip when she started running. That was linked to a past life where she'd been running, she fell over, she broke her hip, the hip didn't repair itself properly. So by clearing the energies of that past life, that resolved the issues with the pain on running for her. What I feel with chronic pain is that it's often layers of energies and entities that are causing the problem from many, many lifetimes. And so to help resolve chronic pain, often a series of treatments is needed to help get down to the root cause of where that pain's coming from. And it may be that we don't actually resolve the pain completely, but that you get a noticeable change in that pain, that it's reducing. And if it's taken thousands of lifetimes to actually create the pain at the level it's at now, to reduce it significantly over a period of a few treatments is a significant change. With things like acute pain, energy work can help with that as well and will clear the energies of the infection, and that will speed up the process of healing so that the pain is reduced significantly more quickly. Where someone's taking drugs, pharmaceutical drugs for pain, it's really important for the energy of those to be cleared as well when addressing issues around chronic pain for somebody, because the person can become toxic from those drugs. And so clearing the energies of them stops them from becoming toxic and helps those drugs to work at their optimum. One of the things that has been very interesting is where people have lost a limb or have had a body part removed during surgery. People that have lost limbs often talk about phantom pains. And in my experience with energy healing, what I found is that by healing the issues related to that limb and the trauma of having it removed, the trauma of whatever happened that created the situation where it needed to be removed, by then digging deeper into the energy to find any past lives that are linked to it, it will stop the phantom pains from happening. And the phantom pains happen because the energy of the limb is still there. The energy of the damage is still there. And by correcting the energy, that then helps to change things in the physical for the person. I had somebody quite recently who'd had her gallbladder removed, and she said to me, I'm still getting gallbladder pain. I don't really understand why I don't have a gallbladder anymore. We did some energy work to clear the energy of the gallbladder in her energy, looked for where that was coming from so that we could get to the root cause of it. And just one or two treatments and the gallbladder pain stopped completely. So it's important to understand that when we get a pain, we need to tune into that pain and ask ourselves, why have I got a pain there? What is that pain linked to? What do I need to address? What am I resisting? Because often we get pain when we're resisting something. What do I need to do to be able to move forward, to be able to release that pain, to be able to become pain-free or to reduce the level of pain that I'm experiencing? Now, sometimes if things have gone on for a long time, then an operation for a hip replacement or a knee replacement is necessary and really helps, because what that will do is take all the area out where there's a lot of the emotions have been stored that link into that pain. But it's still important to clear the energy of the issues as well. And one of my students some years ago had a knee replacement and was doing regular healing on herself. She had additional healing with me. And at her 3-month appointment post knee replacement, the doctors said to her they couldn't believe how well she was moving, how well everything had healed. It was like she was a year post-op, not just 3 months. And that's because she was using Cosmic Heart alongside the medical treatment to help speed up the healing process to get to the root cause of why she developed the problems with her knee in the first place. Cosmic Heart can really help to address issues where you've got pain, because what it will do is not only lift out any negative emotions, any traumas from the current life, from your current experience that have maybe triggered the problem, but it helps to go deeper, to look at past life experiences that may have caused the problem. So where somebody has a back injury, for example, and they've just pulled their back reaching over and then had a chronic problem with it for some time, what I found in my work is that often there are past lives that are linked to that. There may have been a trauma where they fell off a horse and injured their back. There could have been a trauma where they were pushed down some stairs or where something happened and they twisted their back. There's lots of different reasons that pain that we experience can have built up to become a real problem for us. And so it's really important to go inward, feel into it, to address the issues and get deep into the layers of energy as possible to get to the root cause from where it originally started, what originally happened that caused that problem in the first place. It's then maybe laid dormant and something's happened in another life and that's added to it and maybe not been addressed. So then that energy's got compressed and the life relating to it has laid dormant. And then in the current life, something happens and that triggers it all again. And so the damage to the energy from the original traumas needs correcting. The trauma of it needs clearing. Post-trauma stress relating to it needs clearing. Any energies that they've held on to, the person's held on to, needs clearing as well. And certainly in my own experience, I had a lot of neck and back pain related to a car accident that I had some years ago. And this was what took me onto my healing journey. But what I'd done was I'd held a lot of emotions in the muscles of my body at the time of the accident. And that was because I was angry with a family member. I was angry with an ex-boyfriend and was thinking about them at the time that I had the accident. And that was how I managed to hold those energies in. But also afterwards, I'd done a lot of work around those two relationships. And then it was somebody else doing a healing for me who said, "You haven't forgiven the van driver." Haven't I? But actually, when I went inward and linked in and felt into it, I thought, no, I haven't. I haven't forgiven the van driver who actually hit my car in the first place. And when I forgave the van driver, that made a massive difference to the amount of pain that I was experiencing. There's many different things that can cause the problem. And working with Cosmic Heart gives the opportunity to really go inward, to really feel into the pain that you're experiencing, to look for the root cause and clear the energies relating to that root cause, clearing the past life that it relates to, clearing the trauma that it relates to. And if we've had a trauma, there may be entities or attachments that need clearing as well. The pain may be something that's more emotional and it's down to loss. It's down to the loss of a loved one. And that may be a loss that you've experienced over more than one lifetime. And so it's compounded. So there can be many, many factors that affect how we experience pain. And what's important is that when you book an appointment with me, if you decide that you'd like me to help you to look at your pain, is firstly, don't stop taking any drugs prescribed by your doctor. What you will find, though, is that you should be able to reduce them over a period of time as we work on clearing the energies that are causing the pain. Giving a description of the pain that you're experiencing is really helpful because it triggers my intuition. It helps me to see deeper in the energy to get a greater understanding of what energies need to be cleared to be able to help you to feel better. Also, understanding whether that pain is intermittent or not, whether it's linked to any kind of operation that you've had, whether it's linked to an infection, helps me to be able to address the issues energetically for you, to work with you on a soul level to clear the energies that are causing the problem. So it's always worth sitting down and feeling into a pain, noticing what it feels like. Is it sharp? Does it feel blunt? Is it dull? Is it intense? Does it radiate somewhere else? Is it there all the time? Does it come and go? If it comes and goes, is there something that aggravates it? Is it worse in the mornings or worse in the evening? All those sorts of things are really important because they build up a picture and it gives us a baseline for you to be able to notice what's changed. So if you know it's intermittent pain that you get and it's worse first thing in the morning when you get out of bed, then as healing's done, what you would be looking to see is, does it affect me as much when I first get up in the morning, or has that changed? And sometimes what I found as well is that as we've dug deep and cleared past lives where there's been damage to the body and therefore to the energy, and corrected that energy, made sure that the damage is all corrected and the energy is strong again, that the pain can change. And that's because it's something else that then needs clearing. And that might change the pain as well. So it might change in intensity. It might change from a dull ache to something a bit more sharp. It might change from something sharp to something a bit more dull, but it's changed. So having that baseline to start with, by you actually going inward, feeling into it, noticing how it feels, where it is, where it radiates to, when it's worse, when it's better, what helps it, what doesn't help it, just gives you that baseline to be able to look at how it's changed so that you can see the progress that you're experiencing as you have healing. And of course, it doesn't mean that you have to have healing every week. What I like is people to leave at least 2 weeks between sessions to give the energies a chance to settle out, because we're going deep into the energy. But it really depends on the intensity of the pain that you're experiencing, how much it's affecting your daily life, as to how often you might want to have the treatments. And it also depends on what gets cleared, what kind of effect you have afterwards. I've certainly had somebody recently who, after 2 treatments, well, certainly after the first treatment with his back pain, he noticed a significant difference. After a second treatment, he noticed another significant difference. And that's as far as we've got so far. But it has created a situation where the doctors had originally wanted him to go and have injections to help his back, and are now willing to wait because the energy healing has made a significant difference to him. So it's always worth considering having energy healing if you are experiencing a lot of pain. If you've got an acute infection of some sort, then energy healing with Cosmic Heart will definitely speed up the healing process there. But if it's a chronic pain, then energy healing with Cosmic Heart will help to improve things for you, to give you a better quality of life, to help you to cope with less painkillers, with less muscle relaxants, and even for some people, there may even be the opportunity for you to come off your painkillers completely, of course, with guidance from a doctor. For anyone experiencing any kind of pain, do consider having some treatments with Cosmic Heart to help you to improve the pain levels that you're experiencing and hopefully get rid of them completely. If you've got any questions about the type of pain you've got and whether Cosmic Heart can help it, or if you'd like to know more about what I do, then do please get in touch with me. You can contact me via email, sarah@peaceful-living.co.uk, or you can go to my website, www.peaceful-living.co.uk, where there is a free download which will give you lots of information about how Cosmic Heart can help with lots of different things, or you can book an appointment on my website. So I think that's all on pain for now. So until next time, it's goodbye from me.